Hello, Dosto, and welcome. Today, we are doing something absolutely spectacular. We're zeroing in on the absolute elite, the game changers, the tacticians, the players who completely define the tournament finals. You know, when the pressure is literally off the charts, these are the guys who stepped up and etched their names right into the history books.
But that leads us straight to a pretty fascinating question. What is the actual secret to reaching the finals? Like, how do they do it? It's definitely not just luck. And honestly, it's rarely just one superstar doing it all by himself. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down the anatomy of a champion. We'll look at the specific roles these elite players took on out there on the pitch and how their individual skill sets lock together to create truly unbeatable teams.
Okay, let's dive into this with our first crucial piece of the puzzle, Phase 1. We're talking about the lethal attacking threats, the goal scorers who actually brought home the glory. And when we talk about attacking gravity, you know, that magnetic pull a player has that forces entire defenses to just shift completely out of position to cover him, we absolutely have to start right here. Lionel Messi, Argentina. The data makes this undeniably clear. He wasn't just on the winning team, he was literally the tournament's single most impactful player. The sheer weight of his presence on the field dictated the tempo of every single game. He drew defenders, opened up lanes, and honestly, successfully carried his squad all the way to the final through this crazy mix of sheer will and legendary skill.
8. Just think about that. 8 goals in a single high-stakes international tournament. That tally alone is absolutely staggering, especially when you consider the insane level of defense he was facing game in and game out.
And right on top of that, 4 assists. When you combine those 8 goals with these 4 critical assists, it builds this picture of just complete and total dominance as an attacker. He wasn't just finishing plays in the box, he was dropping deep, creating chances, and serving as the absolute focal point of Argentina's entire offensive strategy.
Now, this really brilliantly illustrates how different attackers completely dismantle their opponents. On one side, you have France's Kylian Mbappé. He is a relentless, continuous attacking threat, just pure pace and power, applying constant pressure for a full 90 minutes, which is exactly why he's a top scorer. But contrast that with Argentina's Lautaro Martinez. His role was totally different. He wasn't playing from minute 1. Instead, he was the ultimate impact substitute. He'd come off the bench with fresh legs to deliver this highly localized, match-winning brilliance, exactly like his massive winning goal in the semi-final. 2 totally different attacking profiles, right? But both absolutely essential for a deep tournament run.
But look, attackers actually need the ball. And that brings us to the engine room. Phase 2, the midfield maestros. Because, let's be real, teams simply cannot function, let alone reach a final, without absolute control right in the center of the pitch. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how perfectly it maps out the complex division of labor required in a championship midfield. Argentina's Enzo Fernandez provides that raw, untiring engine, tracking back, breaking up plays, and even scoring a massive semifinal goal. Then you pair him with Alexis McAllister, who brings the essential creativity and tight control to dictate the passing tempo. And then looking over at Spain, you have Rodri. He offers that crucial, unmatched balance and control, acting as the ultimate anchor point that kept the entire Spanish side steady, organized, and virtually impossible to dispossess.
Which brings us to Phase 3. We're shifting focus here to the explosive young talent and the defensive anchors that provided the ultimate foundation for tournament success.
Let's get right into a rapid-fire look at these younger stars, starting with Lamine Yamal for Spain. Just a sudden, explosive impact in the Spanish attack. We all saw his outstanding performance against a powerhouse like France in that crucial semi-final match. I mean, wow. He proved age is just a number.
Keeping that exact same high energy, look at Anthony Gordon for England, another massive breakout star. He didn't just show up to watch, he took his chance and actually found the back of the net in a semi-final, proving these young guys are absolutely not intimidated by the pressure.
And we certainly can't forget Michael Olise for France. Every single time he touched the ball, he was a persistent danger. He seamlessly integrated into France's terrifying attacking machinery, keeping defenders looking over their shoulders the entire match. So, the crucial point is this. Absolutely none of that attacking flair, or those breakout stars, or the midfield dominance matters at all without a defensive anchor. Enter Unai Simón, Spain's goalkeeper. He didn't just make a few saves, he provided record-level performances, securing multiple vital clean sheets. He was the impenetrable wall at the back, giving his team the total psychological freedom to push forward and win.
So, bringing all the pieces of this champion puzzle together, we see a complete interconnected journey.
From the lethal attackers who change scorelines in a blink, down to the midfield engines, all the way to the defensive stars who ensure that a victory remains intact. It really takes all of them to lift the trophy.
So I want to leave you with this final thought to debate. Based on the data and the specific roles we just looked at, who was the ultimate MVP of the tournament? Do you value the relentless attacking of Messi or Mbappé? Or do you think the suffocating midfield control of Rodri or Enzo is what actually wins championships? किसका contribution सबसे ज़्यादा था? Let us know what you think and keep the debate going.